the Motorola Blur launch party here with Glenn Kennedy from Motorola. He's going to take us through the BACKFLIP. Give us an insight about what this device is all about. It's going to be launching with TELUS, is that correct?
This device is going to launch with TELUS.
Okay.
So this is called the Motorola BACKFLIP, and you can obviously see the hardware there, first of all. We'll talk a little bit about the hardware for a moment. You want to move so you can get better lighting?
Please.
Sure. So the hardware itself, first of all, you can see it has a 3.1-inch display. Very nice display, very clear, good resolution. The other thing it has is, as the name suggests, the BACKFLIP, it actually flips in a way that you might be surprised. It actually flips out like this to expose the keypad. So turn it sideways so you can get a good view there.
Okay.
So, and one of the key things people notice right off the bat is the fact that it has 4 rows of buttons in the keypad. An exceptionally big, well-spaced out keypad that makes it very, very easy for customers that are doing their emails, text messaging, etc.
Okay.
So fantastic keypad. The other thing is on the back of the device, right behind the display, I'll turn it around so that you can see it. At the top, and right now on this device we have a sticker over top of it, but here is what we call backtrack. And backtrack, much like on a notebook computer, it is actually a touchpad. So when you're manipulating it around, even though we have the sticker on, we'll get back to the home screen here. You can actually, on your device, you can scroll back and forth on the back of the phone. And it actually, as you use it with 2 hands, I'm not quite in the right position to do that here, but as you use it with 2 hands, it's very, very effective to make use of that backtrack. Certainly when you're browsing a page, it's very easy to be able to select things through that backtrack.
Yeah, for sure.
So the hardware is really compelling. The other thing that's neat is it can very easily be put into a tabletop environment, just like that. And what you should see launching very shortly is a clock radio application. That basically, obviously it's used as a clock radio. There's a button to dim it when you're in your room at night. You can bring up your pictures to use it as a digital picture frame. Of course, you can set an alarm as well. And that launches automatically when you put it in that mode. It's also great if you happen to be, say, on an airplane or something and you want to watch a video. Obviously, putting it into that mode, that desktop mode, is really, really handy. So that's a quick overview of the hardware.
It looks like the backflip's really nice. What resolution is the screen?
The screen, it's a 3.1-inch size display, and it's a VGA screen. So I'll have to get some of the details on the screen itself. But one of the key features about this phone and some of the others that we're showing here at the Motorola event is something called Moto Blur, something we're very, very proud of. And that really is designed to target social network users. One of the key things that Motorola's found in some of the research that we've done is that social networkers, people who use Facebook, MySpace, Twitter, etc., they would very much like to have their information all in one place, rather than having to bounce from the home screen out to Facebook and back, bounce out to MySpace and back to the home screen, bounce to Twitter and back to the home screen. They would love to have all of their updates in one place. And so Moto Blur from Motorola was really designed to do exactly that. And as you can see on the home screen here, I'll highlight just a couple of things so you can see it. This box right here on the home screen is a widget, and a widget, for anyone in your website who may not be familiar with that, is just a fixed location on a home screen that will change with variable information over time. So this particular widget is set up as what we call the Happenings widget, and the Happenings widget will be anything that is a status update from your friends on Facebook or MySpace, or any tweets that you receive on Twitter. It all goes into that one location. Anything that's not a specific piece of information that's directed to specific one person, but rather a broadcast message to many. That will go into the Happenings. And the great thing is that you can scroll through really quickly. So I'll just click on that and it will bring it up. You can see one of 132. So I can scroll now back and forth, and I can go from one to the next very, very quickly. I'm not actually going into Facebook itself to get these updates, or to MySpace.
So it doesn't use any data that?
It's using very, very minimal data.
Okay.
And it's only sending updates, only sending the delta changes from previous updates as well. So it's
And is
very,
that
very data efficient.
instantaneous when someone updates their profile, it goes directly to your device?
Yeah, like other than just the network speed itself, it's very, very quick. You get it in a matter of like less than a minute. So very, very quick in terms of the speed. So that's the Happenings widget. It's probably one of the most effective things. You're going to see a lot of people with Moto Blur devices that are just going to be scrolling left, right, looking at all their updates.
Can you actually do it from the back of the device as well?
Yes, you can.
Or just...
Yeah, on the back track.
Okay.
So
That's pretty cool.
Demonstrate there. You saw it go on the back. So that's the Happenings widget. The other one on the home screen, the other widget right beside it there, you can see it's called Messages. And right now it says there's no recent unread messages, but anything that is a one-to-one kind of communication where your friend might have sent you an email or you a text or you a Facebook message or you a specific MySpace message, that would all go into your Messages.
Cool.
And once again, you can do, just like the Happenings that are more broadcast information, you can do the very same thing with the Messaging widget.
Cool.
The other thing right at the top of the screen is not uncommon. It's a way to update your social networking sites to give status updates. But the great thing about this one is you can, as you do it, if you click on that, you have the choice of updating it in all your services, or you can click on that and just select the specific services that you want to update. So it's great. You don't have to go and update your status 3 times if you subscribe to 3 different social networking services.
Now, what does it take to actually program all these social networking things into your device? Does that take a lot of time? Was it very simple?
Very, very simple. In fact, most of that will be done in about 3 to 5 minutes actually in the store before the customer leaves the store.
Oh, really?
It's simply just logging into Moto Blur first time with any active email address. And then, of course, the Facebook one, you would go in and set up your Facebook password and account. Likewise, MySpace, Twitter, very, very easily done.
Okay. So what else can the device do?
Well, one of the other great things that I love about Moto Blur is that the contacts are all integrated. What it does is once you've entered all your Facebook, MySpace, email accounts, and so forth, it will actually go off and find all your contacts, and it will consolidate them and resolve conflicts very effectively between all of your contacts that may be stored all over the place. You can select for example, people often use Facebook pictures to a picture of themselves. You can select that so that your contacts in your device will be updated as people update their Facebook picture. You can also, in the contact list, which I'll show you here, I don't know what's been programmed into this device. There are a few in here. So, for example, you can see this one contact has their latest Facebook picture here. But the other great thing is you can click on Status over here, and you can see the latest status of the individuals in your list. You can also click on a history. And right now this device hasn't had any communication history, so it's not showing anything. But it basically would show a kind of a history of your dealings with that last individual. So if you were to get a call from, let's say, somebody named John Smith, you would actually see John Smith's status, and you would see a history of the last, say, an SMS message that John has sent or a status update that he's recently posted on Facebook, in addition to the picture. So it's a really effective way of being able to get the latest information. I call it like a conversation icebreaker. It's a way of knowing what John's status is. So it's Moto Blur. They've really done a lot of thinking in terms of making the whole social networking approach very, very simple for people that are into social networking.
Sure. So click on the home for a sec. So the home takes you to this.
This is the home screen.
Okay.
There are actually a total of 5 home screens, 2 to the left, 2 to the right.
Okay.
So you can scroll.
And you can customize
you can totally
accordingly
customize those.
with
That's the
different
great
widgets
thing
and stuff
about
like that?
Android. Yeah, you bet. I'm sure you're familiar with other Android phones. Likewise, you're able to go and put apps, put shortcuts, put widgets, whatever you would like.
And what OS will this run?
This is running the Android operating system, and the specific version is Android 1.5.
Okay, cool. And when's it coming out?
It's coming out very soon with TELUS. No date to be announced, but they will be, and no pricing to be announced just yet, but TELUS will definitely be making all of those.
So when you were using the device, just one quick thing that I want to think about here.
Yes.
When you flip it over,
yes.
Is this going to get scuffed at all? Like the back, when you put it on the back here?
So it's actually very, very solid. They've done a lot of research on that. We do what we call purse tests, as a matter of fact, and literally it's making sure that the quality of the paint will withstand that. that. So it's going to go in purses, it's going to go in pockets, it's going to go in holsters on belts and all sorts of things like that. So it really will stand out very, very strong.
Awesome. Wicked. Thank you so much, Ben.
Wonderful. Thank you.